Hello, and welcome to another Q&A. Thought I would take the old boy out for a spin today, and it's also crazy stupid hot today, and he's got the better airflow. So if it sounds like I'm dying, I am. We'll be answering some YouTube questions today, so let's go. From Nuke Furry. Now that you made a fursuit head yourself, do you have any tips about things that new makers should avoid? I'd say avoid doubting yourself. Like, I went into my challenge completely pessimistic about it. Like, I didn't think I'd even have something wearable. But yet, Lumpy came together not too shabby. Bring him over for a cameo, shall we? There he is, Lumpy, still around. He got a little bit of a lost tooth. Oh no, someone please call the tooth fairy. Like, I actually really shocked myself with this one. And I'm always wondering, how much better could it have been had I actually really believed in myself more? Because now I am super duper excited to actually try making a proper fursuit with proper materials, proper research, and no time limit. So if your suit is still in the early stages of making it and it's not quite looking how you envisioned, please, please, please do not lose hope. It might not start coming together until you get some fur on them. Absolute worst case scenario, your second attempt will always be better than your first, because now you've got some experience. I know it's really, really, really scary trying it for the first time, but trust me, you can do it. Just gonna get started. From Sam the Majestic Moose. What materials should a balaclava be made of? You want your balaclava to be made out of lycra, also known as spandex or elastane. It's a very stretchy, silky, breathable kind of material. This will help less sweat get into your fursuit head itself, while also not contributing to any extra heat. Like, I actually feel warmer if I wear my fursuit head without a balaclava. I don't know how that works. And if you're like me and your hair is a little bit on the longer side, I recommend getting a balaclava that's a little bit on the tight side. Because when they're loose, not only can the balaclava get in front of your face and in front of your eyes after your head shifts around a bit, but it will also help stop your hair from getting in your face. Because if you're out somewhere having an awesome fursuiting session and you're somewhere that you don't want to take your fursuit head off, having your hair flip in front of your eyes and all over your face is the worst thing. Trust me, been there, done that, 0 out of 10. Get a tighter balaclava. From The Odd Sock. Which original species or hybrid do you wish existed in real life? From New the Manukit. I'd definitely have to say fluffy shrimp, because not only are they my favorite original species, but imagine how much fun it would be to have one as a pet. I don't know what their official size is, but I imagine it's about the size of a rat. And it would be the coolest thing because it's like having an axolotl, but you can actually take them out of the water and cuddle them. It would be the cutest thing! Wait, but now I'm thinking if they were real, they'd probably be a delicacy with how often shrimps already are on the menu. Maybe it's a good thing they don't exist. From Misty the Guardian. Hello Pocari, I remember finding you through your top 10 favorite original species video. I have my own original species called double bees that I want to get out into the community. Any advice for spreading the word? This is Bugsy from Indiana. I do have a whole video about original species and what you can do as the creator of one, but the thing is, getting one out there deliberately is really difficult. A lot of the really popular species out there got that way because the creators just made one for themselves and were super passionate about it. Such as Telephone, ASCII, and Blue, just to name a few. If you want people to be excited about your species, you need to be excited about your species. If you want people to have fun with your species, you need to have fun with your species. If you want people to be passionate about your species, you guessed it, you need to be passionate about your species. Do those things, and I'm sure there will be some people who want in. From Cat Eyes Aircraft. I'm interested in building a suit that looks like someone else's, not the color or the pattern, but the shape of the head. Is that copying or inspired by? Well, a fursuit maker can't technically own a style. Deliberately copying someone else's fursuit style to try and get to it as close as possible is generally frowned upon. But if you're just looking at it for inspiration and not to make a carbon copy, then you're good. As long as it's still obvious which head was made by which maker, you'll be fine. From Curlybug. Hey Pocari, I'm pretty sure I might have undiagnosed anxiety. Is there something I should look out for when fursuiting to prevent me getting triggered or anything? Thanks, Harper. Well, anxiety is one of those things that can affect people in multiple different ways. Like, something that sets off one person's anxiety might not do it for someone else's. So your best bet would be to talk to a professional who could then work with you to see how your anxiety affects you, and then give you recommendations on how to best go about it. Like, actually tell them that you're concerned it could affect your ability to fursuit. Like, no professional is ever gonna judge you for stuff like that. They are there to help you. Like, my psych knows exactly what I get up to. In fact, she could even be watching this video. Hello! Taking that first step to actually seeing someone may seem really, really daunting, but trust me, it's worth it. You got this. From E. Hey Pocari, I was wondering, why do you call your episodes The Bottle? Sorry for the random question, Q&A. Don't ever be sorry for the random questions, that's the point of Q&As. I've answered this one before, but it's been a while and we've got lots of new faces, so let's do it again. The phrase bottle episode is a TV show term. If a show suddenly has an episode that takes place in one room, doesn't really touch on the main story, feels a bit like filler, and seems to have a low budget than its normal episodes, it's called a bottle episode because it's like they just pulled the episode out of a bottle. They usually appear when a show has an episode that falls through for one reason or another, so they have to quickly scramble and throw something together, or maybe their budget was just a bit tight at the time. When I first started my channel, I was so stuck on what to call my videos, but then I thought back to an episode of my favorite show, Community, where they deliberately did an on-the-nose bottle episode, and it was absolutely hilarious.
Gwynnifer! Hi, yeah, it's me. I can't make it. Well, tell your disappointment to suck it. I'm doing a bottle episode.
Then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a soda-roo, and soda comes from bottles, and I do my videos in one room with a low budget. Bottle episodes! And yeah, here we are, approaching episode 100, actually. Never thought I'd really get that far. From Mossycat. Since you now have experience making fursuit heads, what would be one thing you didn't expect from the process of making it? Besides the time it took, of course. Hello from Iowa, Mossy the Calico. Besides the time it took, I'd have to say I was definitely not expecting foam to be such a right pain to work with. Like, it's so soft and squishy, you wouldn't think carving it into the shape you want would really be that hard, but without the proper tools nor the sharpened tools, it was quite the ordeal. Mind you, the foam I had was probably way too thick for what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't expecting it to be as hard as it was. From Bucky Films. I don't know if you've answered this in a previous video, I'm relatively new to your channel. Ah, well, welcome on in then. But how do you make clothes for fursuits, especially unusual clothes such as hats or knitted clothes? I know some fursuit makers will just add the colour of the clothes and shave it down a bunch, but what if I want something detachable? Also, just to clarify, I don't mean having clothes on with the fursuit, I mean clothes being part of the fursuit, not just having a partial and wearing clothes with it. If you want clothes that specifically go over a fursuit and not just wearing clothes with a fursuit, then that's absolutely doable. For hats, you'll probably need it to be custom made because you need to allow space for the ears and have the whole hat in scale with the rest of the head. As for other clothing, you can get those custom made too, but it's easy enough just to go and buy the clothes you'd normally wear, just 2 or 3 sizes bigger than normal. If you want it to be, like, detachable, you can modify them to have Velcro down the back so you can just rip them on and off, but just taking them on and off while you wear your fursuit is super easy. From Ella Elderberg Moore. Like, about how much should I budget myself at the dealer's den? Honestly, it depends. Like, what are you shopping for and how much do you want of it? Like, for pre-made fursuits, you'll definitely want to have a couple of $1,000s on hand, but otherwise, if you don't really know what you want, then having a couple of $100 will cover most things. Budget in the higher end if you want stuff like custom commissions and other one-of-a-kind handmade goods, and budget in the lower end if all you want are some cool small things like keychains and stickers. Whew! Alright, that just about does it for this boiling Q&A. I hope you enjoyed, and please don't forget to leave me some more questions below in... I'm getting delirious, I've forgotten which way was up and down. Please leave me some more questions below in the comments with the hashtag Q&A, so then I can find them. Don't forget to come check me out on Twitch sometime too. I stream every single weekend, twitch.tv/Pocari Soda. Whoa. Wiggle, are you okay? What? Jeez, Wiggle! Wiggle, can you calm down, please? Oh, good lord, Wiggle. There we go. Gonna have to call you Stumble. Did you just pull that out of your butt? Hope to see you there. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.
This
This month's anniversary shoutouts go to Lightning Runner and Beagle and Red, who have been here for 3 years. Thank you guys so much. Then for 2 years, we've got Morgan, Jinxie, Brian Thompson, and Moonage Daydream. And 1 year, we've got Shadowpaw, Tide Pod, and Ryder. Thank you guys so much for the incredible support.